budget show. What's up, everybody? How have you been? It's been forever. It's good to be back. We got another great show for you. On today's show is my old college roommate, Mr. Drew Wieber. He's going to come on. We're going to talk about what it was like living on Leroy Street in Binghamton, going to Binghamton University. Also on today's show is nothing, just me. Just me.
Guys, it's just going to be me talking to you. I've had some technical difficulties with the low budget show, so I'm way behind schedule. I apologize for that. I wanted to get one out every single Monday, just crank out one, because my life is better when I have some kind of goal. You know, you ever notice that? You know, and my goal was to get a good episode out, and I ran into some technical difficulty. I had to go out of town. Just crap like that. So anyway, hopefully we're back on track. I can't wait. I'm going to get some new editing software so we won't have those technical problems anymore. But
that's where we're at right now, guys. But thanks for continuing to tune in. Remember, click the link. It's in this corner. Click the Abraham Lincoln and subscribe to the Low Budget Show. Also, there's the Low Budget Show page on Facebook. Go to that and like that, and then I send out messages on that every once in a while. And so keep in touch, you know. So what's going on? Let's see. With me, there's me and another comedian here in New York, Mike Gillerman. We're starting a new show. It's called Sharpshooter Comedy. And so we got our first show that's December 23rd at a place called Lovecraft on Avenue B in Alphabet City. So that would be really awesome. And we got a lot of funny people on that show. So if you're around, please go to it. It's $5, but here's a secret. We got a Tumblr page, right? So if you go to the sharpshootercomedy.tumblr.com or whatever, go all the way to the bottom, and there's a secret password. Say that at the door, you get in for absolutely free. So you'll see some grade A comedy for free. Pretty awesome, right?
today I'm just drinking some mango juice. You know, just like throwing back some mangoes. That's all there is to it. So let's see what's going on. I went up to my hometown. I feel like I talk about this place way too much. And I did an open mic there, which was cool. But I went on like at the end, and you know how those ruffian, towny Binghamton people can be. So it was a little rough, but it was okay. There's some decent comedy going on in Binghamton. So yeah, I was actually a little surprised. I took my mom. We sat in the front row. Well, I did for a little bit. Then I left her there because I was afraid she was going to start heckling, which she actually was the most well-behaved there than she'd ever been before. One time I took her to a show, and she flashed a boob. Sort of.
You know, my mom had breast cancer, and she got a mastectomy, and so technically she just showed a guy a scar. You know what I mean? We've all done that. So that was like one of my first bigger shows, you know, and I was really embarrassed. All right, great. We got to keep this one short because the interview with Drew is kind of long. Let's see. Make sure you guys get a hold of me. Here's my email address, damonsmillard@yahoo.com. Is that archaic to have a Yahoo email, really? Does that even say anything about the person? You know, like what kind of email they use? I don't think it does. It shouldn't. I don't know, but people have been like, oh, what do you got, Yahoo? What are you, a fucking caveman? Fuck off, you know? Like, big deal. I got a Yahoo email account.
Yahoo is the shit. So, well, I don't know. Fuck, whatever.
Alright, also, my Twitter is @laughingcock, LAUGHINGCOK. Get a hold of me, send me your stories. How'd your Thanksgiving go? Mine was alright. Like, I think I mentioned this last time. We had the parade right out here, and I avoided it, but I had to have a fucking letter to get onto my block. It was packed, dude. Midwesterners come out to this shit like crazy, man. It was crazy. So there was that. We still have turkey left, though. I don't want to eat it, though. It stinks now. How long can you wait after? How long can you keep turkey in the refrigerator, not the freezer? Like, how long after Thanksgiving? You know? Tell me that. I need some advice. I did eat a lot of turkey, though. Man. Oh, shit. How have you guys been, man? I feel like I haven't done one of these in 100 years, right? Got to keep this one short today, man. What else? Okay, so Lovecraft, sharpshooter comedy, December 23rd, and come to that. We got some really good guests coming up on the show too. Usama Siddiqui, who I met in Dallas. He's moved here to New York City. He's on the show next show.
So look for that. He's got some awesome stories. He's super fucking funny. And after that, I have Jake Kunkin coming on the show.
So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. For me, what do I got going on? The Christmas tree thing fell through, man. This guy fucking scumbagged me. Like, you know, like at the last minute, he changed it from $15 an hour under the table to $10 an hour. And I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. Go blow your mom's dick off. I don't know. That's overly mean for no reason. But like at the last minute he did that, but he also like disappeared. Like he wouldn't return my shit. So I'm not selling Christmas trees actually. Oh, do you like this Christmas tree? Robin brought it in. It's fake. It's fake, but it's perfect for a Manhattan apartment. See how skinny it is? And then I made some homemade ornaments. Like I got Homer Simpson, which is awesome. I missed the M and the G on the ear. Like I guess I was so nervous about getting it right that I got it completely fucking wrong. I also made a Krusty the Clown, Santa Claus, and a Bart. I'm not gonna show you the Bart. The Bart one's pretty messed up.
It doesn't look like him whatsoever. So yeah, it's a pretty cool tree.
And so we're gonna hopefully watch me break this shit. What? Oh god, I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave it right here for now. Let's see. So all right, let's do this.
You guys ready? You guys ready for the next segment?
Shit on the internet. This is where I talk about shit that I saw on the internet. Boom. All right. This one I just saw it 5 minutes ago, so I don't have really anything prepared. But here's what happened. My sister shared this link about a sex offender in Florida just won the lottery there.
He won $3 million, and then people recognized him as a sex offender because they took his picture
holding that big oversized check, you know what I'm talking about? And they posted it on the Florida lottery website. And so, she shared it. My mom's like, what a scumbag, right? What a fucking scumbag, David! That's my mom's voice if you've never heard my show. Fucking scumbag! Child molester winning millions of dollars! So, okay, so everybody's sharing this. Like, I just start seeing it taking off. It's going viral, right?
And the thing is, I don't get what the fucking story is, right?
Right? Because when I first saw it, I'm like, woo! I thought what happened was I thought the guy was on the run. You know, I thought he, was a sex offender, and he was, like, on the run, and then he won the lottery, and then when he went on and he posed with his oversized clearinghouse check, that someone recognized him, called the cops, they arrested him. But fucking no, none of that.
None of that happened. The story is nothing. There's no story. Someone just recognized that he's a dirtbag and he won the lottery. That's it.
Doesn't it piss you off, guys, that everybody who's sharing that story is probably poorer than that fucking sex offender? Here's the thing. Okay, I read the article. I didn't know what was going on yet, so I read the article, and it goes. Mark Poole, I think is his name. No, that's a comic I know. Shit, I'm gonna have to cut that out. Poole. I don't remember the guy's name, but it sounded like with a P. And
in the article, it goes, "This sex offender thought it was his lucky day," and then I read the article. And guess what? Yeah, it still was his fucking lucky day. He won $3 million. What, just because somebody recognized him as a pedophile, now it's not his lucky day anymore? I'll tell you what, if you give me $3 million, I'll pretend to be a pedophile for the rest of my life. I'll go around, I'll knock on everybody's door, I'll tell them I'm a sex offender. You know what I mean? I will. I'll live as a sex offender for $3 million. That's a fucking awesome trade-off. You know what I mean? Big deal, you know? Yeah, it's still his lucky day. It's not what I thought it was. I thought, with someone with a journalism background, like I thought, that's not a story. It's not a story, you know? He won $3 million. Dirtbags win $3 million all the time. Like, dirtbags win the lottery
all the time. There's not really a story here. It would have been a story if, like I said, he was on the run. But okay. You know, this guy's got $3 million now. You know what? He's doing so much better than you guys. You know what? He's going to have, like, the best van. This guy is just going to have the best van. He's going to have a mansion. He just can't build it near a school. It's going to be awesome for this guy. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I fucking hate everybody. What was the story? There's no story. It was very TMZ-like. I bet you Fox 6 ran that story. All right, I'm running out of time. That's it. That was it for shit on the internet. Shit on the internet. All right, you got anything, a story like that I could talk about? Let me know. At Laughingcock, LAUGHINGCOK. Damon S. Millard at yahoo.com. Coming up next is interview with Drew Wieber, my college roommate. The first time I've ever had somebody on the show who wasn't a stand-up comic. All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back. I'll try to get these shows out more regularly. Thanks for sticking with us. Subscribe, tell a friend, like the Facebook page. December 23rd, Lovecraft, Sharpshooter Comedy, Cast of Killers.
This section of the show is brought to you by non-menthol Newports. Non-menthol Newports. They roll easily into your sleeve.
Hey, welcome back, Low Budget Show. This is the interview portion of the show. I'm joined right now by my good and old friend, Mr. Drew Wieber. How you doing?
Good, man.
Good. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah. I'm happy to come into the city. It's always fun, to see you. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a special occasion because not only is Drew not a comic, but I haven't seen him in a long time. So you're breaking barriers here, man.
Yeah, man.
You're like,
we're not to the point where we're so comfortable yet, where we're making fun of each other and stuff, really.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're kind of like, I haven't seen you, man. Like,
I
tell
know.
me what's going on. How's your life? Remember the last time I was here, I was on a job interview, remember, for the Don Imus thing?
I do remember
and
that.
We talked. Do you remember we were both really depressed? And we were talking, when we were talking about because there was homeless people all around us and there was pigeons in that little park by the garden, right? Well, yeah, we're like, we're both gonna end up out here like these. They're like the homeless people. Like,
You were like, yo, I should get future Dame some change.
I was like, yeah, and then we both were going through some stuff, and I remember I left there like, oh man, like that was horrible.
Yeah. You're like, hey, do you want to meet me with your depression and bring me down?
Yeah. I was like, I'll bring my narcissism and I'll bring my anxiety and all that, and you were.
I'll bring my cutting tools.
We can hurt each other.
Yeah.
There wasn't one positive thing said in the 2.5 hours we were together. But I don't know. But when you know someone is as long as at the time, this will be better. I hope. Imagine we filmed that.
Well, you were like on your way to a job interview, and I was like, I'm on a job. Like, it was like
I felt bad even talking about it because I had one, and I was gonna go for this one. So you were like, this guy's got a job, and he's going home to his job. That was like I was like, I'm really fucking insulting this guy.
He's going to sleep indoors somewhere tonight.
Yeah, I know. I remember at one point I wanted to ask you, what would you do?
Do you ever think about like what you would like? Oh man,
what would you do with your day and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm like, oh man, because like you're all. Everybody's only like one super tragedy away from being homeless.
I was just going to say that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have one house and you don't have a second one to go to if the one doesn't work out, then we're all in the same situation.
Not a lot of people walking around with two houses. Like, so what?
Yeah.
I don't care about this one.
Well, even in our age, people they go home with their parents, but some people don't even have that option.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I've thought about it a couple times. Like, I used to do this thing called homeless house hunting, where I'm like, oh, what bridge would I sleep under?
You know what? I remember in Binghamton,
I used to see, you ever see someone you're pretty sure they're homeless, you're not sure because they have money to ride the bus, which is a whole nother thing, the Binghamton bus. But like, I always felt weird when like somebody got on the bus with like a big smile on their face and it was so obvious they were, and I'm like depressed about like my class or like a girl or something stupid, and this guy's homeless and he's happier than I'll ever be.
But yeah, so just so people know, me and Drew met at BCC, right? You went to BCC for the same thing I did, right?
Yeah.
Communications?
In film. Well, yeah, it was communications.
Communications.
Focus on film.
And then we both transferred to BU, and then...
But do you remember I moved home and then I came back and we bumped into each other at Main Street?
I moved to Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I took a semester off and went to Lexington, Kentucky.
Right.
You took a semester off and went home.
And came
And then you're
back.
like, we both were like, nah.
Yeah.
I think I should see this college thing.
I had like
to the
75 credits. I was like, I'm throwing this all away.
Yeah,
Because I just don't want to do it anymore. But I went to Binghamton with like a lot of friends. So one by one they failed out or dropped out or just left.
Yeah.
And I was the only one, and I was really depressed because it was just, I didn't make that many friends. I never lived on campus. It's hard to meet people in college if you don't live on campus.
Right. No, it is.
So it's hard. So like you and our little cluster of friends was all I had. So I didn't even have that yet. That I built when I got back. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember you were living at the time above Music City.
With Jay.
Yes.
Yeah, I lived right above Music City with Jay Lane, and we used to hang out there constantly together.
Remember bitch fishing?
Yeah. Okay, bitch fishing. All right. Should I?
Yeah,
all right.
let's do it.
All right, I'll do it. All right, here's a bitch fishing
Don't be
list.
scared.
I'm not scared. This should be about you, though. It should be a little bit more about you.
No,
But I'll explain what it was. I made this cardboard sign that said, free beer with cute guys upstairs.
Right.
All right, and then I tied it onto an XLR cable, this huge long microphone cable that I had signed out of the BCC audio department. You know what I mean? And I tied it, and and we opened up the window and we measured it just long enough to where it wouldn't hit the ground. It would be about waist level.
It's like looking at a picture on a wall.
Right.
Be like,
It was like,
oh, okay. That's
so
a
basically,
sign.
we coil it all up, right? And then you wait for some college girls to be walking down Main Street, and then you time it out perfectly, and you throw you throw the sign out the window.
Yeah.
It hits, and it jumps up and down as soon as it gets there, and then they look, and then they read it,
Yeah,
and then they laugh.
They were horrified.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't. Not one. What? See, that's
No,
the
I
thing
think
young
like
students-
one crazy lady came up.
Well, but do you want that lady?
No, she was like, "Where's these Pepe?
Yeah, where are these people? Where are these people? I
Yeah.
must meet these people.
Oh, but here's the end of the story.
Yeah.
Then
Well, that's where Pepe's used to park. His for the Pepe subs.
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Of course I do.
Pepe
Okay.
subs. So we'd get the rush. Remember the Pepe rush at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock, depending on when the bar
Yeah,
closed?
depending on what the day of the week was.
So the student girls were like, like they had to go upstairs to talk to us. No.
yeah, but everybody's all drunk and wild from State Street.
Yeah.
Okay, so some guy doesn't think it's so funny because his girlfriend was laughing or whatever. So he grabs he starts trying to pull me out of the window. Right, so I'm pulling back, and eventually the cable snaps.
Like catching a fucking tuna.
There's no way. I don't care what kind of shoot you're doing. I don't care what kind of video project you're doing.
Right.
Nothing snaps an XLR cable in half like that. And so I went in to John Butchko. He was the head of the department, and I'm like, oh man, this cable broke. And he's like, oh, stuff happens.
Yeah, he's Butchko, man. That's a freaking name from the past.
Yeah. So then, after that, we both were like running out of leases or something.
Yeah, or just places that would accept us probably at that point. And then what was the Leroy? Was that Leroy?
Leroy Street, yeah.
Right. We were right next to the liquor store.
Yeah.
And Kavanaugh's. Like we were bad.
Yeah, that was.
And this was like, what was his senior year, right?
Well, first of all, I knew in the beginning we weren't getting our security deposit back. Because I knew you, I used to, later on I would coin you, Damon, I've never gotten a security deposit back, Millard, because it's pretty much no bullshit, right? It never happened.
I've never gotten.
So I kind of just threw that money away in the beginning, but just to watch it slowly go out the fucking window.
When you would break stuff, and then our landlord, and then you'd actually have some of our friends
Actually stand in front of shit that was broken so he wouldn't see it when he came in to collect the rent.
Is that true?
Yeah, man, and it was always so stressful. Because I remember being like, what the fuck did this guy break? Do you remember when you put a hole in the door and in the window in their bedroom? You broke the window and then you broke the door so you could see through the broken door to the broken fucking window.
But this is
in
in a really weird way I started to admire you, and this is the day it started. All right, so I met with this girl that whatever, and she came over to the house,
and it was like we didn't know which one she was gonna kind of go for. Do you remember the redhead that used to take us tanning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could cut that.
Oh, you're talking about? No, I won't cut it. You're talking about that Romanian
But you were with
chick.
yes.
Remember?
Okay.
Okay.
No, you're taking my thunder. Yo, all right. So you were dealing with the redhead that used to take us to the tanning, and then after you broke up, you'd be like, "Yo, you think she'll still take us tanning?" The fact that we even went tanning was fucking stupid. It's funny on its own.
Say that.
It's funny on its own. But no, I saw the Romanian girl, right?
Yeah.
Smoking hot, was she not? Pretty hot.
We didn't even know what to expect.
We didn't even know what to do. But
She walked in.
and she wanted to hook up with one, and I was the better man, right? All right. So
Wow.
yeah. Well, let me hold on, because this is what made me think. You were like Lex Luthor sometimes, and you were fucking
Like had this evil genius that was hard to kind of
hate on, because it was kind of like if I was evil, I'd want to be that guy. Like so I remember I left the house, and she came over the night before.
And you wouldn't shut up about how hot she was. She was, but then I had her number on a sticky. I had her number on a sticky pad.
I know.
And before I left the house, I was like, if I don't take that sticky pad and put it in my pocket, that fucking snake is gonna call her while I'm fucking at the laundromat or something.
So you fucking evil bastard, you took a fucking pencil.
Oh my god!
And fucking drew and colored the whole thing, and the indentations in the sticky note
Had the girl's number.
And I can't even deny it.
And when I came home from the fucking wherever I was, I came home and I was like, and you had this fucking look and you were being real quiet, and something was wrong. And I called the girl and she was like, your fucking roommate just called me. And I was like, that's impossible. I have to know. And then and then you were like, I'm sorry, dude. Like you apologized to me. But no. But here's the thing. The reason why, for other than the obvious reasons that I remember that, is because that was a whole nother level of like evil and deception. But like, it was
should
like
have just waited though, because it's Binghamton. I'm bound to bang her eventually.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's true. You could have though. But the fact that you couldn't wait, and that you had to have it, and you probably didn't go to work that day, because that's probably what you were thinking about, like some way or in some fucking way.
You were gonna get this fucking number or die trying. Die trying. Yeah, you can put that into one of the worst things about living. I probably, if I had more time, I could probably do 10 of those.
This is why I need to interview people for my life and not comics, because oh my god, this is totally going on stage now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean that's the type. But dude, you know the funny thing is the takeaway I had from that was, like, you can do that and not get in that much trouble. Like I didn't really care about that chick. I don't even think I saw her again after that. She was probably like weirded out because she was like talking to both of us at that point. She was probably like, I'm never going back there.
Oh, you okay?
She doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Cat away.
No. That was when I really started to, instead of being like, oh my god, this guy's an asshole, I was like, I'm not thinking that hard, because I would have never thought of that. I would have never thought you could, once the Post-it's gone, it's gone. Because then I was like, this guy's much smarter than me, and I still to this day think that.
I was like, that was a whole nother level though. But I was like,
Oh, that's just some grimy shit.
Yeah.
One of the things about living there was the landlord was always he was a weird dude, right? He was
Yeah, the fucking gunslinger, dude. His fucking name was Gunslinger. I'm not.
Why was he gunslinger though?
Well, we called him Gunslinger because he just had that
Because he
Wild
didn't have
West.
a cowboy hat.
No.
Or cowboy boots, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I remember the fucking belt buckle,
He
dude.
did have big...
The one that Clint Eastwood does the match off of for a cigar. That's what I think. I was like, dude, it's huge.
We started calling him the Gunslinger because
But he always wanted our money. We always had to be like, here's the gunslinger. He's gonna come and shoot the place up.
He just carried himself like this Wild West dude,
Yeah.
and he would always play the ponies. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, remember we were talking about how I would accidentally break stuff, like maybe a
Accidentally,
door
yes,
or like a window or
yeah,
something. You know, there was a lot of drinking. You know,
There's a
what I
lot
mean?
of stories.
There was a lot of drinking going on there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, if he came in and like maybe we were short on rent or something,
Yeah.
all you
Which
had
was
to do
that
was talk
awful.
about the ponies.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what? I had a couple of
I got a
bad
tip on on Red Robin and Belmont and the
yeah,
or something.
yeah. And he'd be like, okay, yeah, because he was always asking us for tips. We didn't know anything.
He was just. I guess when you're that deep into like horse racing, you're willing to take anybody's advice.
Well, yeah, I guess because I mean, at what point is it just luck?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck it, I'll bet on Cinderella in the set for the 7th. I mean, do they go by names? I'm not even sure how you.
There's
Cinderella's
inside
a weird
information.
name.
It's like stocks.
I don't think it would be like a horse. I don't think a horse's name would be Cinderella. I think a horse's name would be more like Cinderella's stepsister.
Cinderella's something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or what was the one that I wanted to win in the last one? It was called Boston Strong because it was after the bomb.
Yeah.
And so horses' names are always good. But how many people were probably like Boston Strong? How cool is that? I'll put a hundy on that.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
fuck it. Who could bet against? Like, how could Boston Strong? You know, it's a gambling.
You bet against Boston Strong? What is wrong with you?
Exactly.
You
How many
scumbag?
exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah, but he was a weird dude, and
Yeah, he was
just living there
He was
was-
a clown. He was a clown.
living there was just weird.
Do you remember when we started hanging out? This is before we left, late senior year. When we finally started hanging out with SUNY girls that lived just down the way, and we had not practiced this over the last 4 years, so we still in our senior year or second senior year didn't know how to do it, and none of us hooked up at all ever. And because they'd be like, come over.
I wasn't good with.
Yeah, no, me either. Like,
I banged a lot of townies.
yeah, I just remember.
She cut that out.
No.
I know, I did.
I just-
the townies were my bread and butter, you know?
man.
Yeah, I mean, I would still...
But no, it was awkward all the time, and then they eventually stopped calling us because they were like, "These guys don't even know how to hit on us."
It didn't. And sometimes they weren't even drinking, and it was just like kind of like, fuck, man, this is like real work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were all serious about school, and we were just two assholes, really.
Really?
we didn't have our shit together whatsoever.
No, I still don't know how we graduated.
Well, people probably don't believe that we graduated. Let's show them that picture.
Yeah.
If parents are watching this, they're probably like, I'm never sending my kids to Binghamton University because that shit doesn't work.
Oh, obviously, these dumb-dumbs right there.
Yes.
How is this one of the best schools around?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
I don't-
there's some smart kids there. I don't know how we got it.
Dude, I don't know either.
Somebody stole my friend's chain, and you were with we connected it somehow as they were walking on the street. I was with my friend, and someone came up and boosted his chain and ran away.
And I knew that person?
You knew you were with them, and they just ran up and did it without even telling you. And they left you there.
And we kind of pieced it together over the course of a couple stories, and it ended up being like, yeah, that, like I was like, yo, can you get my friend's chain back from your friend?
And I was probably like,
You're
no.
probably no, he stole that shit.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
if it was real.
I've always been too close to stuff, but I don't know, man. So, what's next, man? You just gonna go into adulthood gracefully, or are you fighting back against it, or?
I'm not really sure, man. I don't think the being old part I think is fine. There's nothing wrong with being 35 or 45 or 55. It's the getting old
Yeah.
that just kind of makes you go, fuck, man. But then you're 35 and you go, oh shit, you know, this isn't as bad as I thought. Because the next 10 years I'm 45, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can't push back too much, man.
I don't know.
But it's like a train picking up speed. It just, you know, it's fucking November already. I was like, New Year's Eve was like a few weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? Wasn't it, Chuck?
Feels that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got some hair in my teeth and all that shit. So
Yeah, I'm losing both of those.
No, come on. beat yourself up, man.
No, they're
Yo, you
falling
got
off.
some. You have. We have. How many friends do you have, or just people you know that are our age that are entirely bald, and have been since they were 23?
Yeah, I'm actually.
Those guys are happier than we are, so fucking figure it out, dude.
I was gonna talk about this in a future episode. I actually thought I'd be bald by now.
Dude, I thought I'd be completely bald at 36.
Were you like Rogaine in it?
I never Rogaine.
Dude,
You were
I never,
thinking about it. You had pamphlets or something. Didn't you?
Well, I think I looked at it once, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you know what? Own your shit, man, whatever it is. That's the way I look at it.
On your shit, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, and that's just expensive, right? It's not like I couldn't, it's not like I'm not a man of means. I can get my hands on some of that shit. But at one point, yeah, and then I'll do the Botox, right? And then I'll do what else? And before I actually start, because then you take all that away, and then someone goes, oh, that's him? Fuck that. Why don't you just, I'd rather be that guy who walks into the room and it's either, if you don't like it, then fucking, that's it.
So I think we've kind of seen each other's ups and downs and stuff, and it's cool. And like, I don't have a lot of friends that like have stuck around for the long haul, so I'm glad you're one of them, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting as the years go by how many people fall off, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, I mean, who really falls off now with like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that shit? Now everyone's kind of, it's weird how the technology, everyone's connecting back, and it's kind of like, she's pregnant, he's divorced, we actually stayed in touch though before people did that shit.
Yeah, like I was a little scared having a non-comic on.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we have so many stories, but I was like,
but there are stories, so who knows what other people think? But hopefully they like them.
I hope you like them. All right, well, say goodbye to Drew. He'll be back on a future show, I'm sure. That's the end of the low budget show. Next time on the show, we're gonna have my mom's downstairs neighbor's her name's Wheezy. She's gonna come on and show us how to crochet. All right, we'll see you next time. That's the end of the show. Don't get a hold of him. He's not a comic, so leave him alone. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.